Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us this afternoon on our 15-minute webinar for safeguarding within the education sector. We're delighted to be able to share information on solutions to stop vaping, deter aggression and bullying, and funded radios for the education sector. Before we get started, I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Andrew Turner, the Safeguarding Communication Expert at Brentwood Communications. Should you wish, you can connect with me on LinkedIn by scanning the QR code, which you can see on the screen now. I'm also joined by Dean, the Product Technical Expert on behalf of Motorola Solutions. Throughout the webinar, you can put any questions you may have in the chat. We will allow 5 minutes at the end of the webinar to answer them. The Q&A will be shared with you all after the webinar. Now I'd like to take this opportunity to hand over to Dean to take you through the safeguarding solutions for vaping and aggression. Over to you, Dean.
Yeah, thank you. Firstly,
Dean, sorry, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
That's better.
Better?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So, firstly, it's important to note that Halo 3C smart sensors offer a discrete, non-invasive solution for detecting risks like vaping and aggression, while safeguarding privacy, as there's no audio or visual recording involved, and thus can be installed into privacy-concerned areas such as toilets and changing rooms. I also want to make it clear, Halo smart sensors are not fire alarms and will not integrate with your current fire detection system, but will work alongside providing valuable data insights. The Halo Smart Sensor is a live monitoring device that sends real-time alerts when it detects a pre-configured alert status, including air quality, such as vaping, smoking, and THC use, noise levels above predefined thresholds, cries for help and unauthorized access during preset timeframes, allowing for quick, proactive responses. You can define the notifications to be received via mobile or email, set the sensor to light up in different colors, or even trigger an audible alarm, depending on what is detected. To learn more, scan the QR code or visit the webpage listed on screen now. I'll now demonstrate 2 real-time alerts, vaping and help keyword detection. We can choose from 5 predefined keyword phrases. In this instance, my Halo is programmed to respond to help, emergency. We have received an audio and visual alert that the Halo has been received a trigger. I have also received an email and push notification on my mobile device and am now aware assistance is required. Now I'll demonstrate the vape sensor.
Detected. Security have been notified.
Again, we have received an audio and visual alert from the Halo, and I've received an email and push notification informing me what Halo has been triggered and the event that triggered it, along with the time and the date. At this point, you may be wondering where every trigger or alert is stored, and I'll tell you, but first we'll play a short video further demonstrating the smart sensor's capabilities.
zone. Aggression detected.
Help! Help! Help!
You may have noticed in the video the different LED lighting styles and voice announcements. These can be either overt, alerting those nearby when a trigger is actioned, or covert, without notifying the surrounding area. These are both optional and customizable. For example, a vaping trigger could have no LEDs or sound, but still receive notifications, this being covert. But should a tamper trigger be detected, that being someone attempting to remove or damage the halo, we can have flashing red LEDs and a voice announcement saying security notified, this being overt. Another example could be a help keyword trigger. This could be chasing blue LED and a custom voice file saying your emergency has been acknowledged. A member of staff is en route to assist you. A smart sensor recently installed by Brentwood Communications was triggered 9 times on its first day, with 5 vaping alerts, 1 smoking alert, and 3 tamper alerts sent to staff. In the first week, the total number of alerts grew to 17, with 9 vaping, 2 smoking, and 6 tamper attempts. Over time, these incidents decreased. I mention this because it leads nicely to explain where trigger and alerts are stored. There are 2 dashboard options allowing you to monitor your smart sensors and the installed areas. The first is the standalone dashboard, offering basic monitoring for a singular device, great for small installations or where analytics are not needed. The second is the cloud subscription dashboard, which offers more flexibility when managing multiple smart sensors and provides access to detailed analytics. The customer used cloud dashboard to identify trends between vaping and tamper attempts. Initially, they wanted a visual LED for vape detection, but decided to turn off the LED lights to avoid drawing attention to the sensor while still receiving alerts, ultimately improving their data and response. To learn more about purchasing or hiring the Halo sensor and the cloud subscription, scan the QR code or visit the webpage on screen now. I hope this has helped with your understanding of what the Halo 3C smart sensor is capable of. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat for the Q&A at the end of the webinar. Moving on to deterring aggression. Body-worn cameras are becoming more popular in schools, not only to discourage disruptive behavior, but to improve safeguarding and create a more productive learning environment. A study with 3 schools that trialed body cameras found that their presence helped de-escalate confrontations as students realized their actions would be captured on film if they continued inappropriate behavior. The Motorola VT100 is a great option for the education sector. It's a discreet, easy to use body cam that enhances staff safety with one-touch recording while ensuring GDPR compliance and secure role-based video access via DEMS compliant Video Manager software. Video Manager is a highly customizable back-end software, ensuring only the right people are able to review footage. With role-based assignments, deletion policies, scheduled downloads, and even more features. If you're interested in trialing the VT100 or perhaps another body cam, you can scan the QR code on screen now, or again, visit the listed webpage. With that, I'll hand you back to Andy, who will talk you through the final guidance communication solution. Andy?
Thank you, Dean. We are delighted to share that we have secured funding for Luger two-way radios, which we are able to pass on to our customers within the education sector, enabling you to save up to 30%. I am aware, having worked in the education sector now for over 2 to 3 years, safeguarding is so important within this sector. So I would always recommend purchasing of licensed radios. These start from just over £100 each. These radios will operate over secure Ofcom license. For those unfamiliar, an Ofcom license ensures clear, interference-free radio communication, enhancing safety, coordination and coverage. It only costs £75 for 5 years, and we can apply for and manage it on your behalf. Luger radios are a leading device within the education sector for being high quality, coverage and budget friendly. As we are aware, all education sectors are working to budgets. The Luger LT radios include key safety features such as programmable buttons for lone worker and man-down options, offering extra peace of mind for staff supervising playgrounds or working late. The emergency alarm or panic button feature allows teachers to call for help instantly during incidents, and the ability to scan, and the ability also to be able to scan all channels ensures seamless communication across departments. Some schools also like the feature of having a dedicated emergency channel for immediate response during critical situations, such as medical emergencies or lockdown procedures. Funding covers Luger radios and accessories, providing a complete communication solution to enhance school safeguarding. Our funding is limited each quarter, so if you're interested, you'll need to apply before the 5th of April. To apply, scan the QR code or visit the web link on screen now. This will take you to the application form on our website. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat and we'll answer them during the Q&A. And that concludes our 15-minute safeguarding webinar for education. Before we move on to the Q&A, if you're interested in the Halo Smart Sensor, body cameras or non-Luger radios, I can provide a 10% discount off your first order before the 5th of April. Just mention the code webinar education when you reach out to me. You can call the number on screen, email me or send a message via LinkedIn. I look forward to working with you. A quick reminder too, if you're interested in the funding for radios, your application needs to be completed online before the 5th of April. Scan the QR code or go to the web link on screen now. Now it's time for the Q&A. If you haven't already, get your questions in. We have some questions that were submitted in advance, so we'll go through those as well. Any we don't manage to answer will be answered and shared after the webinar, along with sharing today's presentation with you.
Super. Sorry, Andrew. I was just looking at the questions. There are one or two that were posed in the chat. Just working backwards. How is the Halo powered? So the Halo is powered using PoE, so power over Ethernet. If PoE isn't available at the switch, you can use a mains adapter and have a PoE injector to power the Halo device. Hopefully that answers that question for you. Are the Halo devices going to have to sit on my cable network? In order to use the standalone version of the dashboard, yes, they would have to be cabled in using PoE. If you have the cloud subscription and you have access to Wi-Fi in the installed area, they can be used over Wi-Fi, but they would still need power. So that would be mains to a PoE injector. That's the best of the Halo ones, I think. There.
Thank you, Dean.
No
We've
worries.
also had some questions also on the funding for two-way radios. There's obviously a link which is available for you to access, or through to scan the QR code for the funding. We will be sharing this webinar details afterwards as well, so the links will be in there as well for you. What capacity battery is another question that the Luger LT radio has. 2000 milliamp is the LT 5100, and also we have an advanced radio as well, which also has a battery up to 26 milliamp battery as well. There.
Super. I'm just going to jump in here, Andy, as well. Question: How is video downloaded from the VT100 body cameras? Where does it get stored, and how do I access it? So, to download the video footage from the camera, it needs to be docked into a docking station. They can either be single or multi-unit. That's then connects to your server, be that laptop or PC, or an integrated server into your IT network. Then using the video manager software with your login credentials, you can then log into the video manager software, review footage, create any incidents, and perform any redactions that are required.
Thank you, Dean. Another question: can you program the Luger radio to utilize a repeater? Yes, obviously it's a licensed radio, so it can obviously operate over a repeater itself. The Luger device has its own repeater as well, and we'd obviously be happy to share information on that with you as well. Not a problem at all for that as well.
Just browsing through. One more for the Halo. What radius do the sensors cover? So in that sense, when mounted, approximately 2.4 meters, so standard height of most ceilings, they'll cover a room of approximately 20 square meters. The further you are from the sensor, the longer it's going to take for the trigger to be actioned in terms of vape and smoke. If we have toilets that are not floor to ceiling, how many sensors would we need? That's very much an open-ended question, unfortunately. How big is the toilet area? Again, approximately 20 square meters. If it's 40, I would anticipate having 2 devices in there.
Thank you, Dean. Another couple of questions on the Luger and Luger funding as well is Luger is a key radio that we've been selling here at Bremel Communications for 5+ years within the school education sector itself. So it's a very well branded radio itself. Regarding the question of they are 4-watt radios itself. So depending on the site that they need to cover, a repeater may be required. Literally each individual application we would look on its own merits, and therefore in the case of someone's asked a question about a 90-acre site, potentially we would come out and survey that anyway. But what we can also do is send you out some trial radios to test as well. So there's options there. Trial radios, it's no cost to you to do that, or we would arrange a survey to come out and look at that for you.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
Questions wise from my stuff, Andy.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more questions that come through. So that's the end. That's the end of the Q&A. Any that we've not missed or not answered, we will obviously come back to you as we share the webinar out with you all today. So really, just as finally from yourself, is really thank you for your time this afternoon and everyone joining us. And as promised as well, is lunch is on us. We'll be sending you a £10 Just Eat voucher to your email address in the next couple of days. We'll also be sending you the webinar recording, a reminder of the limited time offers, and copy of the questions and answers. So keep an eye on in your inbox for those. Don't hesitate to reach out should you have any further questions. For myself and Dean, have a lovely rest of the day and great week, and we look forward to working with you over the next few weeks. Thank you very much for all your time.